Hey YouTubers, this is the Roaming Prepper. Today we're going to go through the basics of doing an alcohol infusion. It'll be a simple recipe today, but there's a myriad of types of ways to do it. Some of these stuff you will need is a mason jar or a big mixing jar. You'll need a cutting board, a knife, and for this recipe, limes, lemons, some cut pineapple. Oh, and vodka. I'll be right back. First thing we are gonna do is I kind of cheated and I went to the store and bought pre-cut pineapple chunks. For this particular recipe, they recommend about an inch square, which is pretty doggone close. It doesn't have to be an exact science. Also got 1 lemon and 1 lime. So we're gonna use all of this for the flavoring. Now, if you want some other recipes, there's this great little book which has kind of helped me a lot, The Perfect Pregame by Jeff Hawks. I'll make sure I tag him on the video, but it's a really neat book, has a bunch of little ideas to go with. So first things first, we've cleaned all the jars and everything else. I also have this little mesh filter which came with the little kit, as well as a funnel, and the funnel has a small particulate strainer attached to it. So first step first is we wash the lemon, and I'm going to take the ends off, and we're going to take that lemon and cut it into thin slices. And I have a cut on my thumb that is not cool at all. I'm going to pop those seeds out. I'm not super stressed about those. And my Papillon is now looking at me because he thinks I'm making dinner. In any case, you're going to slice the lemons, set them aside. You're going to do the exact same thing for the lime. If you try it and you want more lemon and less lime, you could change the amount of what you put in there. The ends you could probably check. Same thing with the lime. You're going to cut the ends off till you get to a little bit of the meat. Toss those. And he said 1/8 to 1/4 inch without, so get it as thin as you can. And that'll allow the alcohol to get maximum surface area, preferably without cutting my fingers. He's going to take our big measuring jar, and we're going to kind of set these guys in there. Now we're going to add 1.5 cups of the pineapple chunks. Again, this doesn't have to be exact, guys. Now comes the fun part. For this one, I'm actually using Tito's vodka. This is a Austin, Texas vodka. I've actually had vodka from Russia and the Ukraine with my international friends, and I can tell you Tito's is really up there with all the more European brands. I like it better than Grey Goose, but that's just me. So they say 1.5 cups of vodka, so we'll kind of go by the recipe. Once you've got your vodka squared away, you don't need the filter or anything right now. That comes later. But what you're going to do, and take your jar and then give it a shake, essentially to get that alcohol into everything, and also make sure that you're still kind of covering the the fruit for the most part. And once you've got this set up, the next step is just wait. Anywhere from 3 to 5 days, depending on how you like to do it. And then there's also a factor on your altitude, where you live, humidity and stuff. But you seal it up and just let it sit there. Some folks actually put jalapenos and pickles, and they put all sorts of stuff in the vodka. You can use other alcohols. There are infusions with rum. There are infusions with brandy, stuff like that. Vodka, because the nature of vodka by definition is a tasteless alcohol, it's probably the best one to use. After 3 days, or 5, however you want to do it, you're going to filter it through here and get the larger particles out. Ideally, you'll put this over the mouth of the jar, and as you filter in, you'll get those fine particles out, because you want to try and get as many of the organics out of the alcohol as you can. Anything that stays in there will continue to season, if you will, or impart flavor to the alcohol, and depending on which mix you're using, it may impart a bad flavor. Try and get as much of this out, and basically then enjoy. I might actually put a little extra in there, but that's it. That's the 101. Keep in mind, once it's infused, it's simply flavored alcohol, and it should keep for quite a while. Hey gang, well, I hope you enjoyed that instructional. We're gonna give this 3 to 5 days, depending on how patient I want to be, and we'll pour it out. I'll do a YouTube live and something on Instagram when I open it or uncork it, if you will, and we'll give it a taste test, see what it comes out like. I'm kind of excited. This should add some fun to the summer for sure, so we'll put that over here. They do say we should store them in a room temperature, cool. Don't put it too hot so the fruit doesn't foul. Remember, did use Tito's. You could use any vodka your choice. This one's a really good one here. And I'd be remiss not to mention that I got all this fresh stuff at my local H-E-B here in Texas. These guys always have something fresh. They're regionally sourced. So get the freshest product you can for this particular recipe, because it will affect your final product. And an important note, do not use canned pineapple in this recipe. In general, it imparts a very strange taste, and you're not going to be very happy with it. In any case, this is the Roaming Prepper. If you're traveling, Godspeed. And to everyone else, be safe, pay attention, and be ready. Until next time, take care.